going on, everyone? My name's Captain Crush. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm covering the 5 WNBA games that we have. My goal is to help you with your prize picks process, to help you win some cash and maybe a little bit more, okay? We have 5 games today. Dream Mystics, 5.5 point spread. This one should be where all the butter comes from, and by butter I mean cheddar. Get it right. Fever Sun, 9.5 point spread. Probably going to be fading most of this except for one particular target. Sky Lynx, over under 165, 4.5 point spread. There's going to be a little bit of value there. And then the Storm and Wings, 11.5 point spread for Dallas, over under 168. And the Aces, the best team versus the worst team, Mercury, 18.5 point spread, over under 165.5. Let's break this down. It is the one and only Flex Friday, baby. That's right. So hopefully we can flex on them. And as you see here, we're on PrizePicks, and you see this beautiful board of football. I'll be covering all this tomorrow for NFL, DraftKings, and PrizePicks. You love to see it. We will talk about that tomorrow. So for now, the first thing we're going to do is scoot on over to Parlay Play, where I cooked up some of these things last night. They had them sitting there. I had to find the value. We got it. Let's go. So on the left, I have my long shot banger. Brittany Sykes, 14.5 points. Della Dawn, 16.5. Thomas, 15.5. Onion were 9.5. Sabali, 20.5. McBride, 15. Whitcomb, 11.5. Listen, I did a 7-man flex, which can only be done on Parlay Play right now. It's actually a 7-man all-in. It's 25 to win 1875. Do I expect this slip to cash? Absolutely not. I put that 25 in and kissed it away, but it's my long shot slip. If it does hit, I'm going to be singing the Green Bean Anthem because it's 1875. So we go over here to where I actually plan on making money. I insured a 3-pick for 100. Alyssa Thomas Moore, 7.5 first half points. Asia Wilson, 11.5 first half points, which is 12.5 over on PrizePicks. And Sammy Whitcomb Moore, 5.5 points first half. Bang. 100 to win 250. Listen, I'm totally fine with the flex over here because it's not 2.25, it's 2.5, and I'll take my $150 profit. And if I get 2 or 3, I'll take my 25 profit, which will cover this whole slip over here. Do you see the correlation, folks? It's all about correlation and building slips and bankroll management. Follow this channel and I will teach you that every single day that I have a video, okay? This is Parlay Play. This is the new move. You can flex 2-mans up to $100. It's insane. Promo code CRUSH. Get on Parlay Play, and I'll give you a free 30 days of my Discord as a trial, and I will help you see all my slips and build these just like this every single day. Now, let's go back over to PrizePicks, the king of the road. Click that WNBA slot, and we're going right over here to WNBA first half. Everybody that's been following me since way back when knows I'm not a WNBA first half guy. I'm not a first half guy, okay? I'm a second half guy for NBA, not for WNBA. But the fact is this: there's so many blowouts in the WNBA and so many uncertainties. Lately, I've been sticking to the first half, and it's been a little bit of a vibe. So we're going back to the cash cow herself, Cheyenne Parker, 17.5 first half fantasy. This is a core play. I put it out on my dub club today earlier. It was at 17. It's since been bumped to 7.5 by the time the old YouTube faithful gets it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm going to be fast and furious because I'm trying to make this video short and sweet, all right? I'm just going to show you all the ones you should be targeting. Now, some of you want to ask, why Cheyenne Parker? Because listen, she's just been cashing, and everybody that knows me knows I'm a firm believer in ride that train till you're forced off, which means if you've been putting it in your contest every night and cashing, don't get off the train until you're forced off. She's bumped up all the way to 17.5. We usually get it at 15.5, but she's still been covering. If you don't feel comfortable in the first half, you can take the full game fantasy on any of these that I'm going to talk about. That is totally fine with me, okay? PRA, Kelsey Mitchell, 11. PRA first half. She's going to chuck shots. This is the thing. They're playing Connecticut. The spread is large. Indiana has zilch, nothing to play for. So I'm trying to target only the ones that will be high usage. Boston had a terrible game last time. I'm probably going to go back to her full game fantasy points. But for the first half, I will be targeting Kelsey Mitchell's first half PRA. It has push equity. I think that she lands at 13 more often than not. My model has her going right around 12. And that is a decent proposition. All right, so move the needle down a little bit and you're gonna run into Kayla McBride at 10.5 PRA. This girl can chuck some buckets. She sometimes gets blocks and steals. She sometimes gets rebounds and assists, but she's mainly for her points. I took her points at 7.5, but if you want to scoot on down to the PRA at 10.5, it's also in play. They're playing Chicago. It should be a close game. I don't really know what to make of it. Sammy Whitcomb has been an absolute beast first half for me, you, and anyone else within the sound of my voice. So we will continue to ride that train. I took her points at 5.5. They bumped it to 6. So now you can go look at the little PRA first half. It's in play. She chucks 3-pointers and sometimes they fall in. She can grab a couple rebounds here and there. It is what it is. You love to see it. I'm going to talk about one more because I can't give away my full bag of tricks. If you want my full bag of tricks, head on over to CaptainCrush.net and get the gold package Discord, okay? I'm telling you, it is what it is. Everything that I'm looking at that I posted there last night at 3 in the morning because I was up late cooking, trying to get some green beans. Mariah Jefferson was at 5.5. Now she's at 6.5. A full point difference has been bumped. I took it at 5.5. At 6.5, I would fade. So I'm not even going to talk about that anymore. Let's go look at some full game fantasy props, shall we? We're going right down the list, baby. You can bet your bottom dollar, and some of you might be on your last dollar after last night. Who are we kidding? So Aaliyah Boston, 33.5 fantasy score. I just told you guys they got nothing to play for, but at the end of the day, she's still the de facto stud on the team. It is what it is. She had an absolute stinker versus Chicago. I believe it was such a bad blowout. They didn't even play much in the second half. So if you want to go back here and think that Boston has a bounce back game and gets this 33.5 fantasy points, it's well below what we should be paying for. We were paying 36 just the last game. Now it's at 33.5. It's completely in play, folks. All right. So scoot on down the line here. And what do we got? What do you see? We got Brittany Sykes, 29.5 fantasy points. Another one that's in play from the Washington Mystics. She can get blocks and steals. She racks up rebounds and assists. But another proposition of hers that I like is her full game points at 14.5 right here. Either of these two can find your way into their slips and it would be totally fine with me. Either one of these is fine. Points or fantasy score. Okay, on that same team, you can go to Alina Deladon. It rolls off the tongue, okay? Last game, it was her birthday. I talked about it right here on this channel. I said, ride the birthday narrative. She absolutely dominated. 24 points. Now she's at 16.5 again. The matchup should be good. She's absolutely in play for that. She's going to chuck some shots. So that's another one that you can't be targeting. It's in play. All right. Again, I'm flying through here as fast as I can. I'm trying to keep the analysis limited. I have a live stream to get to on my Discord. Again, if you want to get there, CaptainCrush.net, folks. That's the way. It's cheap as dirt. $25 a month and you get me every single day. I take no days off. Just go ahead and ask them. I begged for a day off today and they said no. Captain won't be golfing today. Another one that I want to talk about is Rin Howard, rebounds plus assists. She was at 8. Now she's at 9. And when I say she was at 8, I'm talking about the last slate. She's at 9 right now, rebounds plus assists, okay? You can still take more. It's still in play. If you don't feel comfortable with this, you can go over to her rebounds, which is going to be 5, all right? Washington is ranking almost dead last in allowing rebounds to opposing teams. I'm going to go over here to Outlier Bet real quick to make my case, okay? And as you can see here, they're ranked 11th in rebounds allowed. This is showing the line at 5.5. Her line on PrizePicks is 5, so we're already getting value. So disregard this plus 106. It looks like it's a dog. It would be at 5.5, but we're getting it at 5. It shows head-to-head 0. She's never gotten 6, which is what we're going to need to cash 5 to push in this matchup. But these were in, look at this, July 30th, June 30th, June 28th. We are now in September, and she has just been dominating the last 5, last 10. Her role has been increasing. She's been producing. They're making a late push, okay? It's not my favorite play. It's not a core play. You folks need to understand the difference between a core play and a dart play. You should have 2 plays every single day that you put on the left side column called a core play. Those are the 2 that are going to be your anchors, if you will. Those are going to be in most of your contests. Then you have a list of darts that you pair those anchors around, and if the anchors cash, then you're only going to need a couple darts to hit, and there's no way you can't find your way into a green bean day. All right, the main reason I wanted to show you this is so I could show you that the Washington is 11th in rebounds allowed. There are only 12 teams. Now, I'm not going with just her rebounds, full disclosure. I'm taking the rebounds plus assists, but I'm letting you know if you wanted to go there, you could. I think she's going to probably get 5 rebounds, that's normally going to be her range of outcomes, okay? Unfortunately, not every player proposition is on the board. There's not a lot of stuff out here, but I do see Chelsea Gray at 34.5 fantasy points. I will be probably taking more here. Here's the thing with the aces. You saw the spread. It's an 18.5 point spread. I like Chelsea Gray because she's just been doing it all. And in that same game, I've been going here and it's been cashing. Brittany Griner, less 33.5 fantasy points. It is scary because she can rack up blocks and steals whenever she's on the court, but I'm still going to go here. It's a 20-point spread. My hope is, my prayer is that I'm not just going to take another side. I'll probably take Asia Wilson first half points with this or something. I'm not sure. But Brittany Griner, I'm praying that she only plays 3 quarters. She gets around 28 fantasy points and then sits the fourth quarter, most of it, because the game is so out of hand. That is the script that I am choosing. You choose your own script, but that is mine. That is my reasoning behind taking less here. I will say this. I saw a lot of people talking about under Brittany Griner's real points. It's the lowest time her points has been in week. It's at 16.5. Just that alone makes me want to take more, okay, on her real point. Am I going to? No, but I darn sure wouldn't be taking under there. I'm just going to fade it. If they're going to be trailing, there's going to be a reason why Brittany Griner's going to have to score even more, and I just don't want to be anywhere near the points. I'll take my chances with the fantasy score, and hopefully it smashes. If it doesn't, I'm coming after you, Twitter guy. I'm actually not coming after anybody. I just like to say that because that's what everyone says to me if the prop doesn't hit. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on, okay? All right, one more I want to talk about. There's probably 2 more. Alyssa Thomas, 15.5 real points, okay? She was at 14.5 last time she was in on the slate. She was actually at 16.5. I took more on that. Then they bumped it down all the way to 14.5. I still took more on it, doubled down, tripled down. Now it's at 15.5. She's not a historical scorer, okay? I will say that. Last game, she had an outlier game, 27. Then she had outlier floor games, 8 and 12. And then she had 17 and 22. She tends to randomly go off. Now, I took her first half real points at 7.5. They bumped it to 8. So if you want to look at the full game at 15.5, it's totally, completely fine with me. All right. Somebody's going to have to score those points. Dewana Bonner can't always be trusted to score. So Alyssa Thomas, she's just the lady that I want to put my trust in, as sad as it is. All right, folks. Last but certainly not least is everyone's favorite Elizabeth Williams. Absolutely dumpster fire. She comes out in the first half and puts up 20 to 25 fantasy points religiously. And then in the second half, she just disappears. It's crazy to me. Look at this. 21, 18, 12, 22, 17. Okay. She literally comes out. This has happened twice back to back. I had her full game and she had 21 to 22 fantasy points in the first half. She needed 23 or 24 to cover, and she just didn't get 1 fantasy point in the second half. So as volatile as she is, for whatever reason, she comes out swinging and dancing in the first half and gets it done. So recency bias be darned. Go ahead and take Elizabeth Williams at 13 fantasy points if you have the risk tolerance for it. Anytime you're looking at first half, it's going to be dicey. And if you want to run back, throw in my girl Nafisa Collier, more 21.5 fantasy points. It is always going to be in play. I wish it was at 20, but at 21.5, it's still too good for me to look away. All right, and that's the end of the video, guys. I did what I wanted to do. I tried to make it short for you guys. Hopefully, you guys can find a W today. If you want my full plays and analysis and my live streams, I'm literally about to do that the second I get this done and posted. I will be live on my Discord posted. Go to CaptainCrush.net. Gold package. It links you up with the Dub Club, the Discord, whatever. I have a discount for the NFL season right now. It's $124 for 6 months, or just pay the monthly, whichever. All right. I do my best every single day. Ask the people in there. I'm not saying that I win every single day, because I don't, but I do my best every single day, folks. And my goal isn't to just give you picks. My goal is literally to help you become a better sports bettor in the long run. All right. I'm more about process over just any random, I cooked a slip. All right. So good luck tonight in your contest. Hopefully we crush. I will see you guys. And as always, here's the salute. Let's crush.